everyone, welcome back. It is time to do our August budget. I'm a little bit late actually. July just really got away from me. We were really busy in July. And then I kind of had like a creative block. I just could not find a pattern I liked. And I didn't want to just like use anything, so I finally got it figured out. And this is what I came up with. I was just wanting something sort of summery, easing into fall, but not quite fall yet. So here is the budget page. Oh, and they're gonna be all out of order. Here is the transaction log. Here is the variable income, sinking funds, debt snowball, and the weekly checkup. And then of course we have the washies. So here's washi strip A. Here is washi strip B. And here is washi strip C. All right, August. So here is the August tab right here. I have little stickers that I use on here sometimes I don't, depends on how much time I have. And then haven't figured out anything for this yet. Kind of during our budget meetings, I can kind of use it for note taking, but then here is where our actual budget pages start. So let's do this. We are doing well so far. Now, when I say like I haven't done our budget, for August, I always have the electronic version done ahead of time. So we're never like, we don't know what to do with our budget. But just actually doing the paper version, sometimes I'm a little bit late on, which is fine. I like to have both. I know it probably seems like overkill, but that's just the way I like to do it. So I figure if I have multiple methods, then I can't screw it up that easy, right? So here comes our income strip. Now, ordinarily, we have actually had quite a few expenses just for school stuff and everything. Why can't I find my pen? Oh, hello, right here. I am switching back to these two pens because I just like the clip to be able to clip onto the coil. So that's why I'm switching back to this. We have had quite a few expenses, you know, with back to school stuff, and our kids are most likely staying home. I'm gonna homeschool them just because of the current state of schools and everything. And just for our family, I can do a better job. It can be a much calmer atmosphere for them and stuff like that. So unless they can go back to school like completely normal, then I will most likely be homeschooling. So we have had a lot of like curriculum expenses and that sort of thing, but we haven't had a lot of like the school clothes. You know, we can kind of wear, or the kids can kind of wear what they have for a while, and then of course they will need like some new winter clothes and stuff, but it won't be as big of a deal, you know, because we'll be staying home every day. So that is kind of the state of our budget. Uh-oh. No! I think this pen is dead, so I am gonna have to use a different pen. All right, so clearly when I get some supplies, then I need to add those pens to my list. It's the same ink, I just like that little clippy thing better to clip on to the coil. All right, got that. All right, so up here, this is where I put Jason's income. And then I usually just put like extra. Sometimes he has weddings or stuff like that where he might get extra. And now we start with the actual budget. So we always have our tithe. And that is, and why can I not remember this math? It's the same math every single time. And because I have it broken out by paycheck, I have to do the total each time. That's annoys me. I should be able to remember that number because it's the exact same every single time. We have an investment. This comes out the second paycheck, and that is for $150. We have an auto transfer, which I had been doing it twice a month, and now I just decided I'm gonna do it once. So that's gonna happen the second paycheck. And this is the money that we put directly into the savings for a new car. That's the amount that we always wanna be saving because we pay cash for our cars. So it's kind of like a car payment, but we're saving up for a car. Then we have our mortgage, and that's the first paycheck, which is $1,667.10. And then we have our phones. Now we did just run out on our contract, I think it was last month. And so we could go get new phones right now because we generally finance them, but both of our phones are working just fine. And so our bill is actually less than this, but we are budgeting the same amount, and then we're just kind of building that money up. And that will, we're hoping to have enough to outright buy one phone and then probably finance the other one, which, you know, they just charge you every single month along with your phone bill. There's no like interest or anything, but we're gonna see if we can do it that way this time, because that would be nice. We have Spectrum, which is our cable and internet. That's on the second paycheck. And then this is still our introductory rate, and I'm assuming this is gonna go up. I don't exactly remember when we switched over, but it's coming up. I do know that. This number, I about had a heart attack when I saw. This July apparently is like our most used electricity month, like always. And $270.82 kills me for electricity. Hopefully the August bill is way less than that, and it'll continue to go down as our gas bill goes up, you know, as it gets colder or whatever. Now DTE, this comes out the second paycheck. This one is all, I just always put the previous month's amount in here because when I want to do my budget, this number's not available yet, but it's generally close. So that one's kind of just an estimate from last month. Then we have our auto gas. I did reduce this a little bit by $50 because we are still not driving as much as we had been. So, and to kind of like make up for that extra electricity, that's what I did there. We do have a little cushion in that fund, which is nice. Let's see here. We need our groceries. We did get the cow is in the freezer, so we did get that. And so I had been doing $700, you know, with the increase in cost of groceries and everything. And I'm trying to keep it around $550-ish. that is pretty much the goal, but this is sort of what, it's kind of an odd number, but it's just the way the math worked out this month. So hopefully I'm able to do that. And then for miscellaneous, I just put $50 in there this month because we are really trying to stay really closely on budget. You'll see in my sinking funds video, if I do one this month, it's kind of crazy. We are just like repaying ourselves some categories for some tax. We weren't expecting some tax things happen and that sort of thing, so we're really trying to repay our savings account. So trying to really stick to like a strict budget. And we have piano lessons. And there are only 4 lessons this month, so that is $60. And I always get that out the first, and that comes out in cash, actually. So I will use one of my little cash stickers here, just to remind myself. You almost need tweezers because my fingers don't want to do that. Then we have Netflix. That one happens the second paycheck, and that is $15.99. We have our Compassion Child that we sponsor. That also happens the second paycheck. That is $38. I have a little subscription here for the graphics and such. And that happens, I think that happens the second. Why don't I have that listed? That is $9.99. And then the rest are sinking funds. And so then I always put a little sinking funds total in here. And then once I have that number, all of these added up should equal the income because we do a zero-based budget. So that is our budget. Now let's get some of these other pages set up. I think last month, what did I do? Oh, I did the weekly checkup next. That's what I did. That seemed to work out well. I can always, you know, next month if I decide it's not working, I can swap around the order of the pages and that'll work just fine. Okay. And I think I've said this before, but if you don't check in on your budget, I really don't know how people know like where they're at and stuff in certain categories, or because even when you have like an electronic budget, I would assume it alerts you when you're over budget or, you know, something like that. So what do we want to do first? Let's start with this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's try that. That might be too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, maybe it'll be okay. Anyway, I'm assuming it alerts you if you're over budget or whatever, but you really have to, you know, keep track of stuff. And for me, that's weekly. That's what I do with this page here, just so I know how much I have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe we'll do this. The OCD in me really wants these to work out perfectly, and they just don't sometimes. Okay, I have to check in weekly so I know where we're at, how much money we have left, etc. So we will do week 1, week 2, 3 and week 4. All right, then, oh, where did my ruler go? Oh, here it is. Then we just have to draw the lines. All right. Those 2 pages are all set up. The only thing that I have left to set up, thankfully I don't use the debt snowball because we are out of debt, but I do use sinking funds, variable income, and transaction log. And then I do like having the extra washi to be able to use. So I will be setting those up in my sinking funds video. If I do one, we'll see. It's a real busy month. But thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.